Fox News Alert. Just moments ago, right here in New York City, Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan, delivered the keynote address at the prestigious Alfred E. Smith dinner. That's the one that often features both the Democratic and Republican presidential candidates every election year. Now, proceeds from the charity dinner will go to the neediest children of New York. Here's what Speaker Ryan had to say. Let's watch it.
Enough with the applause, all right? You sound like the cabinet when Donald Trump walks in the room. Let's just might as well get off to it, right? You know what I find amazing about this is I don't think I've seen this many New York liberals, this many Wall Street CEOs in one room since my last visit to the White House. First off, I just want to say good evening. Cardinal Dolan, Your Eminence, he and I go back a long way. He was our bishop in Milwaukee, so we have a great past, and we in Wisconsin, like you, adore Cardinal Timothy Dolan. We just do. Governor Cuomo, Mayor de Blasio, Pete King, my buddy, and Chuck and Kristen couldn't join us tonight because they're literally busy voting right now. They'll have a budget vote. I should have had it 9 minutes ago. So knowing the Senate, it hasn't happened yet. I want to thank Patricia Heaton. Patricia and I do go back a long ways because you know what? Patricia Heaton, she is a Hollywood Republican. A Hollywood Republican. That is an oxymoron. Which clearly was the word that Rex Tillerson was searching for. You know, I just want to say you all look great. Everyone looks just great tonight. We feel right at home because this is exactly what our dinner parties in Janesville, Wisconsin look like. You know, this is really our favorite time of the year. Just love it, October. We've got deer season. The leaves are changing. The beaches are empty, or as Chris Christie calls them, perfect. Now, I want to promise you, though, because I've heard a few stories about how the dinner went last year. So just, I want to put your minds at ease. You can relax about my remarks. I know last year that Donald Trump offended some people. I know his comments, according to critics, went too far. Some said it was unbecoming of a public figure, and they said that his comments were offensive. Well, thank God he's learned his lesson. A lot of people, they ask me, you know, guy from Wisconsin, what's it like to work on a daily basis with an abrasive New Yorker with a loudmouth? But you know, once you get to know him, Chuck Schumer's not all that bad. I know why he's been so hard on the president, actually. It has nothing to do with ideology. You see, Chuck's mad that he lost his top donor. But no. It's been almost a year ago that on November the 8th, countless shocked Americans broke into tears over the election results. But enough about the press. The truth is, the press absolutely misunderstands and never records the big accomplishments of the White House. Look at all the new jobs that the president has created, just among the White House staff. And when you read the papers tomorrow, everyone's going to report this thing differently. Breitbart's going to lead with, Ryan slams the president amongst liberal elites. New York Times is going to report, Ryan defends the president in a state Hillary won. And the president will tweet, 300,000 at Al Smith dinner cheer mention of my name. Look, you're probably looking at this. I've seen that guy on TV before. I kind of know who he is. but a lot of you don't know me. So let me just give you some basic background facts. Let's call it my top 10 facts. And they all must be true because you can find them on the internet. Fact number 1, like you've heard, I'm from Wisconsin. Wisconsin is a fantastic place to visit in the fall. Looking back, someone probably should have told Hillary Clinton that fact. Just saying. You know, speaking of which, actually, I got a copy of her new book. This thing sums up politics perfectly. She took 8 months, writing 10 hours a day, to explain what happened in 512 pages. The president explained it in a tweet. Hashtag I won. Fact number 2. You know, we have primaries in the Republican Party these days. My primary opponent in 2016 was endorsed by Sarah Palin. I'm really not that mad about it because Sarah and I actually have a lot in common. We both lost for vice president. We both debated Joe Biden. And given the current investigations, I too can see Russia from the House. By the way, I do really appreciate these laughs. I usually don't get laughs like this except when I'm actually debating Joe Biden. So very much appreciate that. Fact number 3. All the experts, the pollsters, they all say your popularity has gone down because of my relationship with Donald Trump. Some people disapprove of the way I defend the president. Others say I don't defend him enough. Fortunately, the media understands all of this. And they choose to ask me only questions on policy and issues. Fact number 4, and John gave you a little sneak preview, let the cat out of the bag on this. It's true. I once drove the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, which basically meant that people were constantly laughing at me. It was perfect preparation for being in Congress. This church has a whole lot in common with Washington, D.C. Either place, it takes about 7 years for someone to get confirmed. I really wish Chuck were here at this moment right now. The only basic difference between a Catholic Mass and a filibuster is that one ends with a sip of wine and the other ends with an entire bottle. Number 6. As a practicing Catholic, I believe in miracles. In fact, I've actually seen miracles. In 2015, I saw Joe Biden give a 2-minute speech. In 2012, and there were 3 witnesses who saw this. I saw Mitt Romney with the hair out of place. I believe in miracles. Then again, I also believed in Brian Kelly when he became the head coach of Notre Dame. Last year, Notre Dame football and Cardinal Tim Dolan, they had a lot in common. Both made thousands of people stand up and say, Jesus Christ.